Halloween's finally here. The one time of year where staying up late getting scared and watching horror movies actually feels like a tradition. Whether you're into slashers, ghosts, or straight up nightmare fuel, I've got you covered. These are the best horror movies you can watch in 2025, so get ready. Number 10. Clown in the Cornfield.
Be careful who you hang out with. There's some real weirdos at this town.
Clown in the Cornfield follows Quinn and her dad as they move to Kettle Springs, a town that looks peaceful on the surface, but underneath, it's rotting. The old factory's gone, jobs are gone, and the locals are turning on each other. That's when he shows up, a smiling bloodthirsty figure named Frendo. What makes this movie shine isn't just the kills, though trust me, they're brutal. It's the energy, the humor, the chaos. It's got that 90s slasher feel like Scream or I Know What You Did Last Summer, but updated for today's audience. Directed by Eli Craig, the same guy behind Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, this one balances horror and fun perfectly. It's bloody, self-aware, and just twisted enough to make you laugh and flinch. And the best part? You can stream it right now on Shudder.
Very funny, man.
Number 9. VHS Halloween.
Hello?
Halloween Night, a box of old tapes, and one recording that never should have been made. Halloween brings back the gritty found footage style that feels more like a nightmare caught on camera than a movie. Each story takes place on the same night, seen through different eyes. A group of friends exploring a haunted house, a masked figure following trick-or-treaters, a strange broadcast that shouldn't exist. It's chaotic, messy, and real in a way that makes you uneasy. You're not sure what's staged and what's actually happening. By the time the final tape plays, you'll realize it's less about what's on the screen and more about who's behind the camera. It's the perfect movie if you like horror that creeps under your skin instead of jumping out at you.
Wait, are you saying this? Where are we?
Number 8. Weapons.
One Wednesday is like a normal day for the whole school. But today was different.
It starts like a quiet night in any small town. Kids finishing homework, parents getting ready for bed. Then without warning, every child from one class disappears. All at the same time, all without a trace. The story follows the one boy left behind, trying to piece together what happened as the town slowly falls apart. Neighbors turn on each other. Rumors spread faster than the truth. And the more the community searches, the more it becomes clear something isn't just taking the kids, it's feeding off the panic that follows. Weapons isn't loud or fast, it's cold, tense, and patient.
I don't understand at all. Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
Number 7. Locked.
My name is William. I'm the owner of this car.
What do you want?
Thou shalt not steal. That's not complicated, is it?
Sometimes the scariest prison isn't a cell. It's the place you thought you could escape from. Locked stars Bill Skarsgård as Eddie, a small-time thief who makes one stupid decision, breaking into a luxury SUV in the middle of the night. But the second that door closes, everything changes. He's trapped. The lock seal, and a voice comes through the speakers. That voice belongs to Anthony Hopkins, a man who believes he's not punishing criminals. He's cleansing them. What follows is a slow, suffocating descent into survival, guilt, and justice twisted beyond recognition. It's intense, personal, and shot in a way that makes you feel trapped right there with him. If you like thrillers that rely on atmosphere and performance instead of cheap scares, Locked will grip you from the first second to the last.
Hello, Eddie. You're in my car.
Number 6. The Conjuring Last Rites.
Ed, there's an evil here. Something I've felt before.
Every ending has a reckoning. Ed and Lauren Warren returned one final time in The Conjuring, facing the darkest case of their lives, one that challenges not just their faith, but their bond as a couple. Set in a remote European chapel with a history soaked in death, the Warrens confront an entity unlike anything they've ever faced. It's not haunting a house, it's haunting them. Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson carry the emotional weight perfectly, blending terror with real vulnerability. This chapter feels like a goodbye, not just to the story, but to two characters who've defined modern supernatural horror for over a decade. It's scary, yes, but it's also deeply human. A reminder that every act of faith comes with a price.
This thing in your house is a demon.
Number 5. Night of the Reaper.
This showed up on my porch this morning addressed to you.
Night of the Reaper.
It begins like any quiet night in a small town. A college student home for the weekend, babysitting for a neighbor, trying to make a little extra money. But then the calls start. The sheriff gets a package. Inside, a single clue. Night of the Reaper unfolds like a puzzle with two stories running side by side, the babysitter trying to survive and the sheriff trying to piece together who's behind a series of murders that all trace back to one night. It's tense, gritty, and surprisingly emotional. Instead of relying on endless jump scares, it builds fear through silence. The creak of a floorboard, the flicker of a light, the sound of breathing that isn't yours. If you miss the grounded, suspense-driven horror of the late 70s and 80s, this one will hit that sweet spot.
Are you in the dining room? Hey Max, are you outside?
Number 4. Heart Eyes.
For the past 2 years, a masked maniac known as the Heart Eyes Killer has stalked,
Hunted.
Love hurts, especially when someone's hunting couples for sport. Heart Eyes, directed by Josh Rubin, Werewolves Within Scare Me, takes two genres that should never mix, romantic comedy and slasher horror, and somehow makes them work perfectly together. The story follows two co-workers who accidentally get mistaken for a couple by a serial killer known as the Heart Eyes Killer. He wears a mask with hearts over the eyes and only targets lovers. So now, these two have to spend Valentine's Day pretending to be in love just to survive. It's sharp, funny, and self-aware without being silly. The kills are brutal, but the chemistry between the leads keeps it weirdly sweet. It's the kind of movie that makes you laugh 1 minute, then covers your mouth the next. Even though it's set on Valentine's Day, Heart Eyes is the kind of slasher that works any time of year, especially if you like your horror with a wink.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy V-Day!
Don't get killed, all right?
What was...
Why would he say that?
Number 3. The Black Phone 2.
It was just a dream.
About a real place. A youth camp. We have to go there.
Some nightmares don't end when you wake up. In The Black Phone 2, we return to Finn, now 17, still haunted by the trauma of his childhood abduction. But this time, it's his sister who starts receiving the calls, not in real life, but in her dreams. Each call comes from a boy trapped in a place called Alpine Lake, a winter camp where something is stalking the kids one by one. The tension here isn't just about who's next, it's about what's real. The dreams start bleeding into reality, and soon both siblings are pulled into something darker than the first film ever hinted at. It's cold, atmospheric, and more psychological than supernatural. Where the first movie was about survival, this one is about aftermath, the guilt, the fear, and the question of whether evil ever truly dies.
Quinn, wake up! Wake up!
This place. You brought us here for a reason.
Number 2. The Ugly Stepsister. The Ugly Stepsister turned out to be one of the biggest surprises of the year. It's a dark and twisted retelling of Cinderella, but this time the story is told from the stepsister's point of view. The film follows Alvaivera, who's constantly compared to her perfect, beautiful sister. When the prince announces a royal ball to choose his bride, Alvaivera and her mother will do anything, and I mean anything, to win his attention. It's a slow burn descent into obsession, jealousy, and body horror that'll make you cringe in the best way possible. The film mixes elegance with madness, blending gothic beauty and disturbing imagery. It's shot like a fairy tale, but it feels more like a nightmare. This Norwegian gem doesn't rely on jump scares or loud moments. Instead, it quietly crawls under your skin, a haunting story about beauty, envy, and the lengths people go for love. Number 1. Bring Her Back.
This is my new sister and brother, Oliver. Oliver lost his family just like you guys.
From the directors of Talk to Me comes Bring Her Back, a film that takes horror to another level. It follows two step siblings who lose everything and end up in the care of a foster mother who's hiding something far darker than anyone could imagine. From the very start, the tension is thick. There's no humor, no lighthearted moment, just dread that keeps building until it finally breaks. The violence is raw, the emotion is heavy, and the story hits like a punch to the chest. It's the kind of horror that sticks with you, not just because of what you saw, but because of how it made you feel. Bleak, painful, and unforgettable. Bring Her Back isn't just another scary movie. It's the kind of film that reminds you why horror can be art.
Listen, I gotta tell you a secret.